So we've just arrived in Ypres, which is a town that featured very strongly in World War I and was in fact very badly damaged. So the medieval cloth hall there, which is built in the 1200s and 1300s, is actually largely a reconstruction after the Germans shelled the town in World War I. And likewise, a lot of these buildings are actually reconstructions, but it's been very nicely done. You wouldn't be able to tell there's any World War damage. So we're going to go up into the bell tower there and get some photos of the old town. One thing about Ypres is it's very difficult to park because you have to go to the car park machine, download an app for which you need Wi-Fi or data obviously on your phone. It's one of those stupid ones where you can't pay on the card. The only other alternative is to get some money from a cafe and put small change in it, so it's very, very stupid and very unfriendly to visitors, and we've made an official complaint to Ypres Town Council about that. But otherwise it's a very pretty town. It's got a nice cathedral which we'll be exploring shortly. So this is the very charming market square in the middle of Ypres, or Ypres to give it its proper Dutch name, spelled I-E-P-E-R. I tend to use the French name. So this is the outside of Ypres Cathedral, which I suspect was heavily restored since the damage during World War I. So this is the wonderful Gothic interior of Ypres Cathedral, which is free of charge to get in. So we're walking down the street now towards the Menin Gate, which unfortunately is under scaffolding at the moment. Some very charming little Dutch houses, which I suspect are just sort of pastiche reconstructions because they look quite modern, but it's a very nice street nevertheless. So while the Menin Gate is being restored and currently under scaffolding, there's a temporary exhibition in the memorial gardens just next to it, and you get a very nice view of the city from the old ramparts of the town. You can see the cloth hall there on the left and the cathedral tower on the right. So this is a fairly charming little nature walk along the old city ramparts, and it goes behind some of the historic churches and old buildings of Ypres. And on the other side of the ramparts is the river and a very charming little suburb.